So I had the idea of having a sim for quite a while, many months in fact. Started looking around online to see where to go. I think the first one I came across was a company in the States. I went and actually demoed the kit when I went on holiday. Tried it, it was great. Wasn't fully convinced, so kept looking, found a British company. Again, good kit, had a go. Still wasn't 100% convinced, so kept on searching. And I can't remember exactly where I saw ImSim, but I remember seeing the sim for the first time, and the thing that stood out to me was the design, the look of it. That actually looked like it was moving when it was staying still. It was a really good looking bit of kit. And the thing that really sold it was, of course, the lateral movement for drifting and loss of traction. The sales process, no complaints. It was Ricardo who I spoke to, and he was very patient with me with my emails. Oh, hi, actually, I've just thought about this. Does it do this, or can it do this, or can we check this? It was really good. There was I think several weeks of back and forth with emails, just making sure this was the right machine. I think I was already sold on the way it looked and the way it worked, but I guess I just needed to tick a few more boxes before I took the plunge. He advised me very well on which pedals I should go for. I was keen to try and get sort of quite a high-end machine, get the best components. He absolutely didn't try and upsell me on everything. It was he was keen to make sure I had the simulator that suited me, rather than, hey, let's sell you the most expensive kit we can sell you. So no, it was spec'd exactly how I wanted it. And then afterwards, there's a few bits I've put on, which I think just give it more of a cockpit feel to it. So the dashboard, which by pure chance fitted absolutely perfectly. Even the carbon weave matches the steering wheel, and the little dash screen. I think it just adds to it overall. But it was really easy to add. I don't know whether I expected it to be sort of complete out the box, plug it in and it be amazing. There was a bit of setup involved, but I don't mind that because I quite enjoyed tweaking the settings. But it took, I would have said, there was a several week period where I was learning about the sim. I didn't even realise some of the settings existed on it until I dug deeper, but when I found them and switched this on or changed that, that's when it sort of really started to come alive. To get out those last sort of few percent of the experience, it was well worth spending the time doing. I think if I'd left it alone as it turned up, nothing wrong with it, but it's twice as good now. Now it's set up properly, I guess personalised to me, than if I'd just left it alone when it first arrived. This whole room was designed in SketchUp, so the 3D model your guys sent me was massively helpful. The tread plate, floor mats, the railings, the screen positions. This is why it was important to get the model, because to get the driver position, the screen angles, get these walls masking the back of the screens off at the correct position. So it was super helpful. But I enjoy doing all this sort of stuff. And I have a habit of getting carried away. So I think there's a risk when you buy anything that the novelty wears off and you use it for a while and then you stop using it. This definitely has not been one of those purchases. I think because you get something different out of it, you can change the car, change the track, change the setup, and it's massively popular when we have a few people around. We're all competing against each other on there, which you can probably see here on the lap time board. It gets used very regularly. My initial reason for buying it was getting into iRacing. Like most people, I imagine, through the pandemic, everyone's stuck at home, so new hobby. To this day, I still haven't taken part in an actual race, but I've thoroughly enjoyed getting better and better, and I'm almost at the point where I'm tempted to actually have a real race. I'm really pleased we've had the time for me to get to know the sim a little bit better, because although I'd gone into almost every setting, there was some settings, such as the actual motion profiles, I didn't fully understand, because when you first look at them, they're a little bit daunting, quite complex. But now, having seen how they work, I think after this, if I want to change anything in future, I'll know how to do it. Also knowing that I'm now getting the full amount out of the sim, knowing that there isn't another 20% hiding there that I've not experienced. So it's been really useful experience, I think. It's great because anyone can have a go. If a child wants to go on it, you can just back off the steering a bit, back off the motion profile. Now we have a gentler setting, so it's safe for everyone to have a go on. It's great because you can actually have a beer and still drive perfectly legally and safely. Interesting to see how the lap times gradually get worse after each drink, but I don't want to say that it's not a serious piece of kit, because it is. It's great for, I think, you know, if you're really into sim racing, but it's also the ultimate toy, I think, to have at home. So another reason why I bought it was, I'd seen Microsoft Flight Simulator coming out, the new version, which I was really excited about. It converts to a flight sim with a few bolts out, swap of the controls. But yeah, that was a massive reason for me getting this kit as well. Definitely, it isn't the cheapest simulator you'll find. There are far cheaper alternatives, but ultimately, if you're in the market for something you want that feels real, and I think the one thing you'll never convey in the video is how solid this thing is. This is a serious piece of hardware. You know, when you hit something, you feel it, and that's what I wanted. I wanted it to, you know, replicate as close as possible to what it's like to take a car on the track. And I'm no driving expert, but for me, it ticks that box. I think, I'd absolutely recommend it for anyone wanting, entertainment or a serious sim racing piece of kit, which I say I'm not quite there yet with a serious sim racing, but give me time.